Here's one of the strangest things that's happened to me since I moved to New York City. There's always unusual stuff that goes on the New York City subways, but this is probably the most bizarre thing that's happened. I was on the way back, in fact, from Yankee Stadium, where I went to a Red Sox-Yankees game, which the Red Sox did win. I will get that on the record Sunday night. And a guy comes into the subway car I'm in, and it kind of looks like Michael Jackson in the sense that they have the pants and the white shirt, and they have the hair that's kind of been, the permed type thing that Michael Jackson had in the early 90s. And the guy has glasses and generally has a Michael Jackson-esque look. And they had a piece of luggage with them. And what I assumed was that it was a subway performer. And there are many subway performers that do Michael Jackson stuff. And what they bring on is not a suitcase, but rather it's like a portable music machine. They start the song, they do their Michael Jackson dance in the subway, and then they walk around trying to collect change or a couple of dollars from people. I assumed that that's what it was. However, when the guy got on, I realized that he had headphones on and that he didn't really seem to be performing. So I looked more closely and I looked at his face, and it was a man who had had significant plastic surgery. And much of that plastic surgery made him look like Michael Jackson. And when I say like Michael Jackson, I don't mean a little bit like Michael Jackson. I mean like Michael Jackson. I looked more closely and I noticed that his hands had multiple colors. In other words, there were multiple skin tones on his hands, in the same way that someone who has vitiligo, which Michael Jackson at least claimed to have as the reason why he dyed his skin white. And I started to get a little bit confused. And then the guy started dancing, not paying attention to what others were doing, not being a subway performer, but he was just standing there and snapping his fingers and kind of bopping up and down and dancing to whatever he was listening to in his headphones. I can only assume it was Michael Jackson music. I, for a second, thought that I had entered some alternate reality, and it actually crossed my mind, Lewis, that maybe Michael Jackson didn't really die and was on that subway, and it was all a big conspiracy. I mean, it was so identical to Michael Jackson. This man was so identical to Michael Jackson that the thought crossed my mind. And then immediately I said to myself, David, that's ridiculous. It's far more likely that you're just dreaming that Michael Jackson is alive and you're going to wake up any second. And I never woke up. Clearly, I wasn't dreaming. Completely bizarre and surreal experience. And I actually now, after the fact, I've been thinking maybe the guy was in some kind of accident and chose to have his facial reconstruction done to look like Michael Jackson. But then I thought that doesn't really make that much sense either. Maybe this is someone who has decided to pursue plastic surgery, and I have to say, not the best quality plastic surgery that I've seen, to look like Michael Jackson. I've never seen anything like it, and I still have no idea what I even saw.
I think you probably saw one of the most dedicated Michael Jackson impersonators on the planet. That's all I can think of. And if you're going to do that anywhere, I would imagine that New York is the place to do it.
Can anyone think of another explanation for this guy's appearance, which included both the same skin disease, seemingly, that Michael Jackson claimed to have, unless this guy made it seem as though he has vitiligo in his desire to be like Michael Jackson? I mean, I don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes. But anyway, if you have any ideas what it is that I may have seen and the explanation for it, let me know. And if you've seen this guy around on the subways, also let me know. I'm very, very curious. After I got off the subway, I realized the real Michael Jackson was really short. This guy was well over 6 feet tall. So it clearly wasn't the real Michael Jackson, Lewis. Rest assured, I don't actually think I saw Michael Jackson.
Yes, I don't think that you and thousands of other people on the New York City subway saw Michael Jackson.